In the world of aviation, there is a hierarchy. At the top, you have the screaming jets and the multi-million-dollar turbine helicopters owned by heavy industry and royalty. But down here, where the real flying happens, there is one silhouette that dominates the sky more than any other. It isn't a weapon of war. It isn't a corporate tax write-off. It is the realization of a specific American dream. This is the Robinson R44. With a price tag hovering around $500,000, it promises something the giants cannot: accessibility. To understand this machine, you have to understand the obsession of its creator, Frank Robinson. He didn't want to build a helicopter for the elite. He wanted to build a flying car for the rest of us. He wanted to take the complex, dangerous magic of vertical flight and distill it into something reliable, maintainable, and affordable. For decades, the R44 has been the world's best-selling general aviation helicopter. It is the Toyota Camry of the clouds, if a Camry could defy gravity and travel at 130 miles per hour. But what do you actually get for $500,000? Is it a fragile toy or a serious machine? Today, we are going past the brochure. We are climbing inside to find out if the R44 is still the king of the private sky. When you open the back of a luxury jet helicopter, you usually find a turbine, a jet engine. They are powerful, smooth, and cost a fortune to run. But when you open the R44 Raven 2, you find this, the Lycoming IO540. This is a massive six-cylinder, fuel-injected piston engine. It's old-school technology. It's loud, it vibrates, and it drinks aviation gasoline. But here is the genius. It is bulletproof. By using a piston engine instead of a turbine, Robinson kept the operating costs low enough for a small business owner, not just a hedge fund manager, to afford one. Look up at the rotor system. This is the teetering hinge. While other helicopters have complex, articulated heads with dozens of bearings and dampers, the R44 uses a simple seesaw design. As one blade goes up, the other goes down. Frank Robinson's philosophy was simple: what you don't put on the helicopter can't break. This machine is a masterclass in minimalism. The skin is aluminum. The blades are stainless steel and aluminum honeycomb. There are no fancy computers flying this ship. It connects the pilot directly to the physics of flight. But don't mistake simplicity for weakness. This engineering allows the R44 to lift its own weight. It can carry 4 adults and a full tank of gas, a feat that many helicopters twice its price struggle to achieve. It is a balance of power and weight that borders on perfection. Slide into the command seat. The first thing that hits you is the glass. There is no dashboard blocking your view, no long nose in front of you. You are essentially sitting in a fishbowl suspended in the air. The visibility isn't just a feature, it's an experience. Then you reach for the controls and you meet the most controversial feature of the Robinson design, the T-bar cyclic. In most helicopters, the stick comes up from the floor between your legs. In the R44, a central column rises and teeters over to the pilot or the passenger. Pilots either love it or hate it. It makes entering and exiting the cockpit easier, but it changes the muscle memory of flying. It requires a delicate touch. You don't muscle an R44. You suggest where you want it to go with your fingertips. The startup is a ritual. Master on. Mixture rich. Prime the engine. Crank. Once the Lycoming roars to life, you engage the clutch. This stretches the drive belts, slowly spinning up the heavy rotors. You feel the machine shudder and wake up. As you pull up on the collective, the skids leave the earth. The vibration smooths out. This is the magic carpet ride. In a plane, you are a passenger to momentum. In the R44, you are hovering in a localized bubble of pressure. You aren't flying through the air, you are beating the air into submission. So what can you actually do with a $500,000 piston helicopter? The answer is almost anything. The R44 is the workhorse of the modern world. In Australia, they are used to muster cattle, flying dangerously low and fast. In Los Angeles, they are the eyes of the news, hovering over traffic for hours. It cruises at around 110 to 130 knots. That's about 130 to 150 miles per hour. It's not the speed of sound, but unlike a car, it travels in a straight line. A 3-hour drive through winding mountain roads becomes a 45-minute hop. This is the true value of the R44. It buys you time. It turns a remote cabin into a weekend getaway. It turns a traffic jam into a view. And with the hydraulic controls introduced in the Raven 2, the flight is smooth and responsive. It doesn't fight you. Range, you're looking at about 300 to 350 miles on a full tank. That's Los Angeles to San Francisco, or London to Paris without stopping. And because it uses a piston engine, you can land at small municipal airports and fill up with standard avgas, avoiding the high fees of major international hubs. But beyond the utility, there is the sheer joy of it. The R44 is agile. It feels sporty. It is the Mazda Miata of the sky. Fun, engaging, and just powerful enough to get you into trouble if you don't respect it.
Now, let's talk about the elephant in the hangar, the money. You buy the machine for $500,000 to $600,000 new. Used ones can be found for $300,000. That sounds like supercar money. But a supercar doesn't have a mandatory expiration date. This is the catch of Robinson ownership, the Overhaul. Every 2,200 flight hours, or every 12 years, whichever comes first, the helicopter must be completely stripped down. The engine is rebuilt. The blades are replaced. Transmissions are swapped. It is essentially remanufactured. This overhaul costs roughly $250,000. That means every hour you fly, you need to mentally put $150 into a savings jar, just for the overhaul. Add fuel, insurance, and hangar fees, and your operating cost is roughly $300 to $400 per hour. It sounds expensive, and it is. But compare that to a supercar helicopter like a Bell 505 or an Airbus H125, which can cost 3 to 4 times that amount to operate. The R44 remains the cheapest way to carry 4 people vertically. It is the entry fee to a very exclusive club. It also demands respect. The R44 has a history. In the early days, safety was a concern, but through training changes and fuel tank redesigns, the safety record has improved dramatically. But it remains a machine that does not tolerate negligence. You cannot skimp on maintenance here. Gravity never takes a day off.
So, is the Robinson R44 worth the price of a luxury home? Is it worth the rigorous maintenance, the noise, and the risk? When you lift off, the world changes. The traffic, the politics, the stress of daily life, it all shrinks until it looks like a toy set. You realize that for $500,000, you haven't just bought a machine. You have bought a new perspective. Frank Robinson's dream was to give flight to the people. And while $500,000 isn't exactly cheap, he succeeded in creating the most accessible freedom on Earth. The R44 isn't perfect. It's loud, it's mechanical, and it's demanding. But it is also a time machine. It is a magic carpet. It is the closest a human being can get to being a bird without growing wings. Here at Luxversus, we explore the machines that push the boundaries of engineering and luxury. If you want to join us in the cockpit for our next adventure, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. We have much more to show you. Because once you have tasted flight, you will walk the earth with your eyes turned skywards, for there you have been, and there you will always long to return. This is Luxversus. Welcome to the sky.